Happening now, new information is released about a sexual assault on Jamestown Community College's campus. Governor Cuomo proposes new legislation affecting prison guards.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. Pretty average for today on the temperature bar, but that doesn't even begin the story for that warm-up that comes our way for the middle of the week. But La Nina pattern might shoot our temperatures up. We'll talk about it next.
I'm Ryan Hedrick at the Phone Zone Sports Desk. Coming up, more gold for the USA, and the Knicks drilled convincingly in the city of brotherly love. All that and more next in sports.
That's news now for Tuesday, February 13, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm Justin Gould. We're learning more information now about a sexual assault last month at Jamestown Community College's campus. In an email to students obtained by WNY News Now, college officials said the victim is not a JCC student or resident of the dorm where the incident allegedly occurred. Furthermore, JCC staff and Jamestown police believe that someone broke into the residence hall overnight. Now, since the incident happened, 2 students were kicked out of the dorms. Officials expelled another student who had a previous conduct violation. JCC's Vice President of Enrollment Management, Kirk Young, said in a statement that the school is continuing its investigation alongside Jamestown police. Young said the attack is isolated and that the campus is not at risk. In other news, emergency vehicles from around the county led a procession for Chautauqua County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Seeley, who lost a courageous battle with cancer last week. The procession started at the Findlay Lake exit along Interstate 86 and ended at Lind Funeral Home in the city of Jamestown. Friends and family will gather for a wake at the funeral home on Thursday. Tiffany Cushel, a Seeley family friend, watched as Seeley returned home Monday.
My daughter and one of the other daughters met in kindergarten. So we've known each other about 15 years now. It's good to know that he's home. He meant a lot to the community, and it's kind of neat to see everybody come out and welcome him back. I know he really enjoyed his job and he enjoyed everybody that he worked with, and every day was just fun for him. Some of the stories I've heard of him growing up, he's a prankster, always got a quick comeback, always a joke, always a prank. He was a lot of fun to be around, a lot of fun. The sorrow is pretty rampant through the family. It's hard to see everybody hurting so much, but they're all pulling together, and we wish Nicole and the kids the best.
A Facebook page set up and dedicated to Deputy Seeley's fight against leukemia said he passed away shortly after 11 p.m. on Friday in Cleveland, Ohio, where he was seeking treatment. Seeley will be laid to rest on Friday at First Lutheran Church here in the city of Jamestown. ESPN is reporting that Southwestern native Nick Scrinani will be hired as the new offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. Southwestern High School's athletic director Kevin Salisbury says that he has paid his dues to get where he's at right now.
It's not a surprise to me, dealing with Fran and dealing with Jay and seeing the kind of character that those two have, that Nick would get to this level at this point in his life. They have great character. I've been lucky enough to go to a couple games with Jay and talk with Nick and see the work that he puts in. So I'm not really surprised that he's gotten to where he is right now. I can remember we stayed with Nick when he was with Kansas City. We went down and saw a game and stayed in his apartment with him. And we really didn't see him very much because he was at the facility getting ready for not only the game they were playing that week, but because of the position that he was in at that time, he was already had been breaking down film for the next week's opponent that they were going to see. So it's about a 12, 15-hour day at their facility, breaking down film and getting ready for the opponents that they're going to be playing. Aside from when we finally did get a chance to sit and talk with him, he showed us kind of the little part of what he was doing at that time of their offensive book, so to speak, playbook. And it was amazing, at least to us, at the amount that was in there and this wasn't just for the entire offense, it was just for one little piece of what they do.
Serinati played college ball at Mount Union, where he won 3 Division III titles. And now we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with a look at our weather. Things are on the warm-up this week.
Yes, we do have a little warm-up. And, about that last story, I still am a Red Raider through and through, go JHS, but that's an awesome story.
Isn't it?
I mean, to have somebody from around here head coaching an NFL football team, that is great. Good luck to him, and that's great. Now, let's go on to Lynx 1, and we'll show you the SkyVision camera network coming from Lakewood, and that is the camera on Lakewood. Now, if you guys are very familiar with this area, you'll know that there's a little construction going on there because they're building something there where the old bakery used to be. So it sat right there, and now there's nothing there. But it's currently 29 degrees in Lakewood with that dew point of 15, and an east wind of 5 creates a wind chill index of about 25, so not too bad out there. Now, the Great Lakes ice coverage, I wanted to put this in here because it's been so clear yesterday. We got a very good view of the ice coverage on the Great Lakes. This is all the ice coverage on Lake Erie, and of course, Lake Ontario hardly ever frozen, and we have Lake Huron up there as well. So here we go. So pretty much these are the current numbers. 92% ice coverage on Lake Erie, 81 on Huron, 77 on Superior, 51 on Michigan, and only 15 on Lake Ontario. That equates out to an ice total of 63.2 inches across all of the entire Great Lakes. So we've really iced the lake up, especially with some of the cooler temperatures that we've had recently. So the forecast for today, it's going to be basically a repeat of yesterday's sunshine. I've still got my emoji in the forecast. I mentioned yesterday I'm old as dirt, but I still love emojis. So that's why I stuck it in there. Just a few more clouds throughout the afternoon, 31 in the valleys, 36 at the Lake Erie shoreline with that south wind of 4 to 8 miles per hour. So not a very strong wind, a light wind to go along with that. But this doesn't even begin to tell the story of what's coming for the middle of the week and possibly for next week. We'll talk about it in a few minutes.
Governor Andrew Cuomo announced yesterday that his executive budget proposal will include legislation to strengthen the Department of Corrections' ability to discipline employees for jeopardizing the safety and security of coworkers, inmates, and parolees. The department's commissioner can now terminate employees for crimes committed while executing official duties. Departmental procedures would also prevent bad actors from being promoted or hired in the first place. Currently, a long attribution process takes place anytime an employee is alleged to have committed a serious act of misconduct. Next here, Jamestown police seize cocaine in a traffic stop. And later, a Fredonia native and country music superstar will appear on The Bachelor tonight. We have details next.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
It's tax time, so get to Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown for all of your vehicle needs. Service, inspection, vehicle sales, they do it all. For all of your automotive, motorcycle, and ATV service needs, Express Bike and Auto even offers financing. Your true one-stop vehicle shop is Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. They're located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension next to Quick Fill. Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. Stop looking, start saving today.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, Of course, brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Jamestown police say they've seized a quantity of cocaine during a traffic stop on Buffalo Street Monday. Officers say 36-year-old Adam Paxton of Kennedy was intoxicated when they pulled him over for multiple traffic violations. Paxton was charged with criminal possession of a controlled substance along with numerous traffic violations. He was transported to city jail without incident. And a local man is in county jail after Lakewood police say he fled from the local Walmart after he was allegedly shoplifting there. 38-year-old Stephen Dean was located shortly after and arrested. He faces charges ranging from criminal possession of a controlled substance to petty larceny. Dean will appear in the town of Busdike court later. And Mamma Mia, it's National Tortellini Day. February 13th is the day that the signature dish shines in the spotlight. The most common fillings found in tortellini is ham, Parmesan cheese, and white meat. Tortellini's culinary relatives include ravioli and tortellisa. Popular sauce toppings are cheese, pesto, and tomato. Now, believe it or not, there's a group called the Learning Order of Tortellini. Members of that organization wear red and gold hats that are tortellini shaped. Dakota, I didn't even know that group existed. They must really like their Italian food, let me tell you.
Well, you know what? I just realized that my IFB was a little loud, so let me turn that down. But yeah,
right?
You know,
it's incredible.
Yeah, but
tortellini lovers.
Yes,
I love
Italian, and
me too, a little bit.
I mean, I'm just saying, we make the best food. I'm sorry.
Aren't we all just a little Italian, like everybody?
I'm not sure.
I know this Swedish guy who is in love with The Sopranos, and he's like Swedish, but he's a little Italian in there. He has no biological Italian, but he thinks he is. So.
Well,
he's a big bad boy.
Well, I'm not like full-blooded Italian. I've got a little Italian in me. My dad is.
You look Italian. You could.
No, well, my dad's I think half Italian. I believe. But you know, in the words of my mother, I'm a Hunts 57. Let's go on to weather, and whoo boy, it was chilly out there this morning, wasn't it? These are the observed low temperatures at the airports across the region this morning. 8 is where we officially bottomed out at this morning. How about Dunkirk? 1! Ouch! It was chilly. 7 in Erie, 10 in Buffalo, and 7 in Olean. These are the low temperatures, and of course low temperatures are observed from sundown to sunrise, and this is where we bottomed out. Now let's take a look at the current numbers, and it's a little better than it was, but still a bit below average. 20 in Jamestown, 24 in Dunkirk, 24 in Erie. We got 22 in Buffalo, 24 over in Rochester and Monroe County, and 21 in Olean in the Allegheny River Valley. Doppler vision out there, again, it's pretty much the same story as yesterday. Clear. Nothing showing up. Radar beam, clear. Nada. On the surface analysis, big blue H spinning around. This is that high pressure that's bringing us the nice sunshine, and this is also going to warm up our temperatures tomorrow. A cold front out here in the Midwest, not really going to bother us. Don't worry about that. That really won't bother us at all. That's going to stay away from our area. Again, 21 in Jamestown, 11 is the current wind chill number at the Jamestown Airport, and you combine it with that 7-mile-an-hour wind and 10-mile visibility out there as well. Now, again, if you missed it from the first weather, we have the Great Lakes ice coverage. I wanted to put this up. This is the 3 closest Great Lakes. We have Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and Lake Huron right up here. And Lake Erie is almost all frozen. And you can see Lake Ontario has very little ice on it. There's some ice along the shoreline communities, but otherwise it's all open. Lake Ontario hardly ever freezes because of the depth of the lake. And the current ice coverage across all the lakes, it's currently Lake Erie is at 92%, Lake Huron 81, Superior 77, Michigan 51, and Ontario only 15% ice coverage, and the total ice coverage across all of the lakes in the Great Lakes region is 63%. That when you combine all of these numbers, and of course you divide it, you come up with the overall number of how much ice is on the Great Lakes. Metrocast for today around 1 o'clock, 32 degrees. Solar radiation will continue. It's going to be nice. Yes, we'll still have sunshine. Once we go to about 5 o'clock, a few more clouds will probably come our way, but sun will still be shining around 34. That's above average by about 2 degrees. So that'll still feel very nice. And around 9 o'clock, clouds will be on the increase. 29 degrees. We may bottom out around 28, 27, but because of the cloud cover, that's actually probably going to insulate our temperatures, and the temperatures may rise a couple degrees by sunrise tomorrow morning. Let's take you through it on Future Scan. You can see clear today. Here comes some of the thinner clouds throughout the late afternoon, and then it looks like it expands in coverage. Mostly cloudy skies for tonight. Again, the cloud cover will act as a blanket, keeping the temperatures pretty much steady. And again, the reason why we dipped off so low pretty much was because we had very little cloud cover, so the air was allowed to escape. But with this, the cloud cover is going to keep the heat in place that's generated throughout the day today. And of course, temperatures won't dip off very much. We may dip to about 27, but they may rise a couple of degrees by sunrise. The model tries painting a little rain shower here around Buffalo by the early morning hours. Not out of the question, but again, I think that chance is a little bit limited. Now here's the temperature outlook again. If you missed it yesterday, and well, I say this every time I put this up, but I sound like a broken record, but I don't like these long-range temperature outlooks, but I give this a pass because computer models were getting a better handle on this La Nina pattern that's going to set up over the next 7 or so days. This more than likely is going to verify. Look at this. This purple to blue indicates colder than average temperatures. Once you start getting out here in the reds and the oranges, this indicates warmer than average temperatures. Very cold out in the west, very mild out in the east. This is over the next 6 to 10 days. And looking out over the next 8 to 14 days, which I nicely label voodoo country, you can see that the warmer temperatures continue across the east. And this is a classic February La Nina. And I can't tell you how warm the temperatures are going to be. I have a number, but I'm afraid to say it because it could change between now and then. Zone by zone for tomorrow, let's break it down, and temperatures really shoot up for tomorrow. We're going to go mid to upper 40s here. What's interesting is the lakeshore areas, which generally are the warmest this time of the year, are going to be cooler because of that southwest breeze. It's going to be coming off the, pretty much it's going to be dragging across the lake, so that's going to keep the lakeshore areas just a little bit cooler by a couple of degrees. Once you get further away from the lake, the temperatures come up. Partial sunshine. There is a chance of a few rain showers, but the current model guidance has really shoved a lot of that rain back for later in the afternoon into the evening hours. Eastward into Cattaraugus County, same story here. Upper 40 showing up here. If we see a 50 tomorrow, it's probably going to be away from the lake. Again, with that southwest breeze, it's going to be coming off the lake a little bit, so that's going to keep the lakeshore areas cooler. Chance for a late day rain shower, but otherwise, not bad out there with sunshine. The next 7 days of your wonderful life are on the screen. Valentine's Day, 49 degrees, partly sunny skies. How about that? 49 in Romance. Not bad. And 53, how about that? That's a heat wave out there for Thursday. Take a look at that, 53 with some rain showers. Friday, there was a chance that it could be rain and snow mix. Current model guidance is suggesting it's going to be all snow, but we don't expect a whole lot of accumulation out of that. And take a look at that. The temperatures go back to 46 on Sunday and 50 once again for Monday. And again, with that La Nina pattern next week, I can't accurately tell you what the temperatures will be. There is a number. I'll just give you a hint. It's above 50. That's all I can say at this time.
Looking good. Loving that La Nina.
Yes.
Thank you, Dakota.
You're
Coming
welcome.
up next in sports, Ryan has more gold from the U.S. Olympics. He'll talk about it next.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
I'm Ryan Hedrick at the Phone Zone Sports Desk. Here's a look at what's trending in Western New York. The Knicks and the 76ers. Philly up 7. Redick with a touch pass underneath to the Sixers. Trevor Booker, who gets the layup and the foul. Here's the real story of the game. Dario Saric led all scores with 24 points. 76ers up 12. Saric on the wing and hits the trifecta. Look at this next play, cross-court pass, and he nails another three. The Sixers bounce the Knicks 108-82. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr took the night off last night. Kind of. He was still in a suit and tie and standing courtside, but he turned the coaching duties over to Andre Iguodala during a timeout in the first quarter just to keep the players engaged. Steph Curry drains the three. He's always engaged. The Warriors roll over the hapless Suns 129-83. St. Bonaventure game against Rhode Island, no doubt sold out. National TV on Friday night. Riley Arena will be rocking, but the Bonnies have work to do. They head to Philly tonight to catch up with a team they haven't beaten in 8 years, at least there. They've lost 3 straight to the LaSalle Explorers. Their last one in Philly, 2010. St. Bonaventure head coach Mark Schmidt says his team will not overlook the Explorers despite their 6-game winning streak.
I don't know the last time we won at LaSalle. We can't. We're not talented enough. We're not that well coached to be able to look by anybody. It's that whole next man up mentality and next game up, and that's what we're trying to do. We can't look ahead. Once you look ahead and look towards that Rhode Island game, then LaSalle's talented enough, and they've done it before, and they can do it again. I don't know. When's the last time we won at LaSalle? Yeah, so it's been a long time. So I think our guys have LaSalle has our attention. I can tell you that. So we're not looking ahead.
And we'll talk more about the Olympics coming up with Justin and Dakota, but just want to give you a snapshot of a little bit of gold at the Phone Zone Sports Desk. I'm Ryan Hedrick. It all unfolds here.
Do news like no one else. Investigations that get results.
The Jamestown Police Department recently arrested her grandson Julio after he was involved in a hugging incident.
Why was she that close? What was going on?
WNY News Now investigates, standing up for you while holding the powerful accountable. If you have a problem, we're here to help. WNY News Now.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Welcome back to News Now, an update from the Winter Olympics in Daejeon, South Korea. Chloe Kim fever has taken over the country. The 17-year-old American was too young to compete in Sochi 4 years ago, even though some say she was good enough. Now she's clinched the gold for women's halfpipe on Tuesday. She told the media she's grateful representing the U.S. and South Korea, where her parents immigrated from years ago. And he's considered by many as the best skier of his generation, but Olympic gold has always eluded Markel Hinsinger until now. The 28-year-old Australian superstar finally clinched his first Olympic title with victory in the combined event last night. He kept in touch with a respectable time in his unfavored downhill discipline and then unleashed his skills to overhaul the field at a windy Jorgensen Alpine Center. And the first Olympic gold medal in mixed doubles curling goes to our neighbor to the north. Canada's John Morris and Caitlin Loss down defeated the world champion Jeremy Hurrit and Martin Rios of Switzerland 10-3 in Tuesday's final. Ottawa's Morrison and Wingapen's Laws claimed the second Olympic gold medals of their careers and Canada's third of the games thus far. And the U.S. snowboarding icon Shaun White qualified for his halfpipe final in the Winter Olympic Games today, coming one step closer to redemption after his disappointing fourth-place finish 4 years ago in Sochi. You can watch all of the events unfold on NBC tonight. Ruthie Collins, a Fredonia native, will be appearing on the Bachelor Winter Games episode this evening as well. While Collins certainly could be a contestant, she's bringing much more than beauty to the show. Ruthie is an accomplished musical artist in Nashville, following the release of her EP and unique rendition of Rambling Man. She's earned critical accomplishments from the Rolling Stones and the LA Times. She was also named one of CMT's upcoming Women of Country Music. Let's listen to one of her songs here.
Some folks might say that he's no good, that he wouldn't settle down if he could. But when that open road starts calling to him, there's something over the hill that draws him in. He says, I love you, baby, but you gotta understand, when the Lord made me, he made a rambling man. He says, I love you, baby, but you gotta understand, when the Lord made, he made a rambling man.
Now, she started her journey on a small farm in Fredonia, New York, playing music and singing in her local church. You can catch all that tonight at 8 o'clock on NBC. Pretty cool that we have a Fredonia native appearing on The Bachelor.
And,
amazing.
you know, it's country music, which is right up my alley.
Right.
And, you know, what I find very interesting is, you know, we're both 90s babies, even though just a few minutes ago when I was doing weather, I said I was old as dirt.
He just says that because he's, what do they call that? You're an old spirit.
Yeah.
There you go. Old
yeah, an
soul.
old soul, right. Well, you know, people in our generation do not like country music, and I don't know why.
It's okay.
And, you know,
it's okay.
I don't know.
I don't mind.
You know, it just seems like, you know, I'm not a fan of modern country. I'm really not. Today's country, I really don't like it. I'm more of an 80s, 90s, early 2000s country person.
Right.
Because that to me, I think was, now my dad doesn't like that era of country. You know, my dad doesn't like country music at all, but, you know, he mostly cares about, like, you know, the old 70s and 80s country and stuff like that. But, you know, country pop was the 90s, the early 2000s. Now country is just a mixed match of everything. And I don't really like it too much.
I don't know. I think it's diverse.
But
very
I
diverse.
think,
so much to listen to these days.
But, you know, I think there are still some people and still some songs who try to pay homage to older, you know, the older sound of country. And, you know, I blame, and you know, a lot of people hate country music, but a lot of people listen to country music even though they hate it, and I blame Luke Bryan for that. Because it just seems like ever since Luke Bryan came on the scene, everybody wants to become a country music fan, in my opinion. Now, since I've got myself thoroughly in trouble with about half of our viewers, let's take a look at the Quick Solutions 7-day forecast, and you can see for Wednesday, 49, Valentine's Day, how about that? 49 and romance, it's going to feel nice. But the heat wave comes our way for Thursday, 53, the temperatures come down for the end of the week before they shoot back up again for the end of the weekend going into next week. And again, La Nina pattern coming our way over the next 7 or so days will skyrocket temperatures. I have a number in mind. I won't say it because it could change, but all I'm saying is think of a number over 50.
Ooh, I like that.
There's a nice tease for you to keep tuning in every day.
Sounds good, Dakota. We will look forward to it.
Yes,
Thank you
will
so
be.
much. That's it for today. Be sure to join us right back here tomorrow for another edition of News Now. In the meantime, head over to WNYNewsNow.com where coverage comes first. Have a great day.
See you tomorrow.